what's up everyone? Hope you're all doing good. I'm Maddie, your expert on everything from smartphones to cameras, and in this video I wanted to show you guys this guy. This is the Rhinoceros cage for the A7IV, A7RV, and the A7S III, and I guess now it will also fit the A7V since it shares the same body. I have it mounted here on my A7R5, and overall I really like this cage. It's probably overall my favorite. I've come to love the grip. I like how it feels and functions on the camera, and overall for me it's a win-win because aesthetically it looks awesome, functionally it works and fits great. So I thought I would just kind of show it to you guys. I don't think a lot of people know about this particular cage since it's kind of a specialty series one instead of just the standard Smallrig cage, and honestly I'm just kind of surprised that it's not more popular than it is. Anyway, so here is the box that it comes in. You can see it says Rhinoceros cage kit for the A7R5, A7IV, A7S III. It's extremely simple, and when you open up the box you have the cage itself, and you also have the HDMI clamp. So if you're using the HDMI cable, you can use the 3/8 screw that's included with it to go ahead and buckle down and protect the HDMI cable. Me particularly, I almost never use an HDMI out, so for me that stayed in the box. But the rest of the cage itself I use all the time. Now, just going over the cage quickly, obviously it's a little bit more stylized design. It says Smallrig right here, right on the forehead, and that kind of rhinoceros inspired design. Carbon fiber like grip on here, or at least it's a carbon fiber looking design. And what I really like about these accent screws is it has that kind of iridescent look to it, and it's just a nice offset color wise to it. So the iridescence carries over to the top screws as well, and the inner Allen screws on the inside of the grip too. And at first, the grip will probably feel kind of weird, but once you get used to it, it makes it a little bit wider. It's very comfortable overall, and it is a welcomed improvement over the grip itself. So I actually really like how this kind of fits and feels in the hand overall. Like I said, it took me like a day and a half or a couple days to get used to it, but once I did, I ended up really kind of falling in love with it and just really liking it. So of course you got your strap slot, 4/20s, 3/8, another strap slot right here, which I figured not a lot of other cases have. And I love this because what I'll do is I'll either take this Peak Design mount, or I'll just put another Peak Design mount through here at the bottom. Now at this point I'll usually take this top one off, so I still just have the two. So I have this top left and then the bottom right. And the reason that this is so great is because you can grip the camera when you have a strap attached to it, and the strap doesn't get in the way of your hand. So I'll show you. So I'm going to use this Peak Design camera slide strap to show you guys what I mean. So I'll attach the left anchor as per usual, and if we just go ahead and slide it in the bottom right corner, well, you guys can see there that I can wear the camera. So if I'm out and about, or if I have like a paying client, I can much more comfortably have the strap around my neck or however I want to orient it, and I can shoot without having the strap fastened on the top to where it comes down and just gets in the way of your grip. It's so much better. It's far less annoying than having to constantly like readjust your grip because the strap is in the way. So trust me, if you guys haven't figured this out, or if you haven't seen somebody do this, this is the way. This is the most comfortable way that you're gonna fasten a camera and the straps to it. This bottom mount on the right side just completely frees up your grip to where no matter if you're shooting landscape or portrait, the strap doesn't get in the way at all. So once I figured that out, that was what made this setup definitely by far my favorite way to set this guy up and shoot with it. And like I said, if I have it attached to the bottom, I'll usually take this one off. But for right now, I'm going to take this off for the sake of demonstrating for this video. That's why I like this so much. So not all cages have this strap slot. That's again why I like this one so much. So moving down to the bottom, of course you have the slider to move out of the way when you want to open the battery door. It feels very well built and very high quality. So the actual mounting screw right here and the included multi-tool. Love these things. Smallrig includes it along with all of their cages, and also they found a way to make it just magnetically and easily store in here, and pretty much no matter how you orient the camera or how you're using it, it pretty much never catches on your hand and slides out. Because some grips or cages do have that problem. The magnet has it at the bottom, but your hand will use it, or your hand will touch it while you're using the camera, and then it just kind of slips out. It's a mess. This doesn't do that. These smaller cages are great for that. Now you can probably see this little Allen head right here. Now I believe that you can go ahead, and what that's for is it's the same thing as this guy right here. So this adjustable plate. I take this cage on and off a little bit too much to where I don't use these, so I just use the bottom mount, and you know, It fastens great. There's zero torsion or twist as far as regular everyday use, but if you've got like a run and gun setup to where you really got this kitted out, you might benefit from using these. So you can go ahead and lock the plate onto here. You just need to take off this little triangle bit, and you can go ahead and mount it there, and then also take this off, and you can take off that little triangle looking plate and then screw it back in, and that will add 2 additional mounting points. That way it'll eliminate any potential torsion, so you don't get that twisting or something, which is a little bit more prominent with a lot of other cages, but honestly not really at all on this cage. Again, I've chosen not to use them. I like being able to just simply take the multi-tool out, give it about 5 twists, and that's it. Cage is off. It's beautiful. So another thing that I do like about it is it does have this rubber grommet base to make sure that it doesn't damage or scratch the camera when you've got it mounted in and you're using it. That's great. And that's another thing that I want to mention about this particular camera cage. Some cages feel like the metal or the finish, they feel so rough that I'm almost scared to put it in my camera bag or put it anywhere to where it'll rub next to like a laptop or anywhere else, because some camera cages are just coarse and they will scratch whatever other electronics or whatever else you might have laying next to it. This one is not that. It has a smooth finish. It's very nice. It's very pleasing. It's not necessarily super sharp. So like the Lumix S1R2 that I'm shooting with right now, I have a Mamba cage attached to it. This is one of those really coarse textured cages, and honestly I really wouldn't even want to put it in like a backpack or anywhere where I can brush up against or scratch any other items that I have. So moving on from that, another thing that I really wanted to highlight about this cage in particular is you guys can see it doesn't have any portion connecting the far right part of the grip to the head. And what that means is when you mount the camera to it, you have nothing crossing over from here to here, which means all of this is completely uninhibited. A lot of cages will completely integrate it all the way around and put something that kind of arches over from here to here. Usually all that does is, even though it protects it, it gets in the way of you being able to reach the buttons and dials and everything. This does not have that issue. This is one of the few cages I was able to find that leaves this area, the top of the grip, and all the buttons and dials completely obstruction free. So that is a serious positive and highlight of this cage. I can't speak highly enough that they made the decision to leave this area completely clear and free. Now moving over to the left side, of course you do have a NATO rail, that way you can quickly slide on or off any NATO compatible accessories. You have more 1/4-20s as well as 3/8. Speaking of compatibility, you also have Arca Swiss compatibility with how the bottom is set up. So if you have a Arca Swiss compatible plate or a tripod, you can easily just throw it onto there. It's just one simple and easy step. You just throw it onto your Arca Swiss mount and you're good to go. Also, it is nice how you get that little bit of extra depth at the bottom, gives the camera a little bit more height on the profile overall. And last but not least, back over to the adjustable mount and the offset cold shoe. I like how they went with the offset design, partially because I think it just looks cool, but functionally it also works really well also. So if you want to be able to plug in a microphone into the cold shoe, it is slightly offset to where it'll kind of keep it out of the way of any potential mounts that you have at the top. It works beautifully. Some other things that I wanted to show you guys that I do keep regularly attached to my cages is I have this Falcam F38 quick release plate. These are fantastic accessories. You can order them, or they're about 30-40 bucks. You can get this along with the mount, as you guys can see right here. And the beautiful part about this is you can go ahead and click the button, slide it in, and then lock it. And that's actually how I have my S1R2 connected right now. I have an arm and then one of these connected to it. I just have it mounted to the top, as you guys can see right here, and then I have the arm coming down and just one of these guys. So all I have to do is just have this plate attached to it and slide it into the mount, lock it. It's rock solid, it works great. The other attachment that I use probably more often than anything else is just a quick 1/4-20 cold shoe slider. So this cold shoe attachment, you can just go ahead and put into any 1/4-20 on the cage. And what I typically use this for is if I have so let's say like one of these, a receiver, but you want to be able to make sure that you can monitor its status, even if you have the camera and cage mounted in like a top-down situation or something. If you attach something like this to the top, it'll hold it on, but you won't be able to visually monitor it while it's shooting horizontally. But if you go ahead and mount it on the side, on something like this, where you can articulate the angle, it makes it much easier for you to be able to live view it. But yeah, again, the Falcam F38 quick release system, I cannot recommend this guy to you guys enough. I'll put a link down below. So overall, that is all the ins and outs and nuances that I've found during my time owning the Smallrig Rhinoceros cage. Hope you guys at least enjoyed the video and learned one or two things about it if you're considering buying it. If you guys do want to pick it up, go ahead and feel free to shop down below. If you guys have any additional questions regarding this cage, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.